uh, like something I'll never forget. AC/DC hit the stage. The pyro goes off and the fireworks, and the first song they hit is "If You Want Blood," and it. Blew my mind. I'm finally seeing my all-time favorite band. They're back. They sound amazing. They're playing. You know, they're going through the song right, and Angus finishes the solo, and just when they get to that last chorus in the song, you could just feel the energy just skyrocket with everyone going, "If you want blood, you got it." You could tell the band is having the time of their life. The audience is, you could feel it, you could see it. It was incredible. It was a really, really cool experience. Yeah.
He will be. He's got no picture yet. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Hello. How's it going?
Yeah,
good.
Really good, man. Really good.
And you?
Doing good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. You've really inspired me to pick up my guitar again and start learning to play.
Awesome. That's cool to hear. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, I've been following you for a while, and yeah, obviously I've seen your struggles with your you were born with golden heart syndrome.
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, basically, I was born with a rare condition called golden heart syndrome. Basically, it can affect a lot of people in a bunch of different ways. But in my case, I'm missing my left ear, which is kind of the big one on the outside. I've had, I think, 37 surgeries for my, to be able to breathe, speak, and hear better. So yeah, lots of hospital stays when I was younger, and kind of some pretty large surgeries as I got older and was growing.
Yeah. Did you go to like a normal school then as a kid?
Yep. Yeah, I went to like a kindergarten, and then I went to like a normal middle school and high school and all that. So it was a pretty, I guess, average or normal experience as far as school goes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Did you get picked on a lot, bullied, or?
Not really, because when I was younger, I went to like the elementary and middle school I went to. It was a very small, grade, very small class. Like I think it was about 50, like the whole grade. So we all kind of, honestly, from first to eighth grade, we all kind of grew up with each other, really. So it was a pretty good, it was a really good environment. Yeah.
But you've got a brother, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, I got a younger brother named Jacob.
Oh, he's younger. Yeah, I thought he might be older. I mean, he would have been protecting you anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He definitely is. Yeah. I mean, he picks on me just as much, as any sibling would do, right? So, yeah.
So, Peter Dankelson, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I said, I really appreciate you coming on. I'm a big fan, to be honest. I mean, I look at your videos and I see you playing guitar, and you're up on stage with some guys, and not only your own band but other bands as well.
Yeah.
And you've got such a big smile on your face, and it's like, yeah, this guy's living it.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I know most of it, to be honest. But I've got to ask you these questions for the viewers, I suppose.
Yeah.
But so after you did not after, but during your surgeries, then I guess, as you were growing up, you picked up the guitar and you learned to play guitar. I mean, how old were you when you picked up the guitar?
I was 15 years old when I picked up the guitar. That was 2015. So I was 15, or no, 2016. I don't know. I was 15 years old when I picked it up. Yeah.
And did that come really naturally to you then?
I don't think naturally. It was just more hard work and really trying to, learning different solos and kind of diving into songs and chords and really working at it and kind of getting better at it as I've gone along. So, I mean, really, I feel like it's always kind of a work in progress from where I started to where I'm at now and where I'm going. So it's really just kind of been ongoing.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, you make it look so effortless, to be honest.
Lots of practice,
Yeah. I mean, I can barely string two chords together, and I've been trying to learn to play the guitar for years now, and I'm just useless.
No, no, no. It took me a long time, and it took me a long time to get to where I'm at. So it's just the more you do something, the better you slowly get at it. So yeah.
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 So how long after from when you first picked it up did you start, performing and writing music as well? How long did that take you?
Yeah, so I started my first performance was at a was about a year after I started playing. Was it a year? Yeah, I guess it was a year. Um, about a year after I started playing at like a local, like one of the local high school talent shows. And I played along to Detroit Rock City by Kiss, and I did the harmony, so I did the solo and all of that in front of a crowd for the first time. So that was pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was the first song you ever learned to play then?
The first song I ever learned how to play was it's an AC/DC tune called Live Wire.
Oh, right,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it was really cool because it starts with like it's pretty basic chords like an A and an E and a B chord as it kind of builds up, and even like the little lead break that Angus does before it goes into the solo is pretty cool to pick out as well. It was like the only thing I knew how to play, and mom came down one day and she's like, "Hey, sounds good, but can you maybe try and learn something else too?" you would play you would play the same thing for an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's repetition in it, to be honest, learn to play guitar,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So is your mum your biggest fan then?
Yeah, yeah. My whole family's always been super, super supportive. Yeah,
Because your mum is your manager as well, is she?
yeah, yeah. She's been taking the role of manager as well, and she's basically running like the Instagram and all of that. So I mean, yeah. So it's been, yeah. She puts in a lot of work as well.
Oh, right, okay. How much commission does she take?
Not a ton, but there is one for videos and stuff for like like merch sales and all that. She takes that and all of that as well. And it goes back into the band as well
Yeah,
for
obviously, yeah. I was only
um,
joking. I was only
all those expenses as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't really expect your mum to take a fortune from you.
No, no, no. It all goes back into the band and it's being used. It's being used that way.
Yeah, yeah. So, who was your biggest inspiration? I mean, you said you learned playing AC/DC songs.
Yeah, Angus, ACDC and Angus, that's definitely my biggest inspiration. I think, if people listen to me play and all that, you could definitely hear, like the Angus vibrato is kind of like a classic thing that you can kind of pick out
Mm,
from, I think, when you hear me play. Slash is a big influence as well. Like when I heard Appetite for Destruction, that blew my mind.
okay.
Um, and then I dove like headfirst into like Snake Pit and all of his other projects, like with Miles Kennedy and all of that. So I mean, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. I mean, a lot of the classic, kind of bluesy bass rock guys. Those are kind of some of the big influences for me.
Yeah, I was going to say you're mainly a rock guy then.
Mainly, yeah, pretty much.
You never got into like any countries. I tell you what I was listening to, like Christian rock.
Mhm.
Have you ever
Yeah.
listened to any Christian rock? Some of it's
Mhm.
really, really good.
Mhm. Well,
I was
I love,
actually surprised, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah, I love listening. Like I grew up listening to like mom listens to a lot of country. So
Yeah.
like I grew up hearing like some like chicken picking in the car and stuff like that. And I get a big kick out of hearing like chicken picking and some of those country guys play because that's some really impressive stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't play much acoustic guitar then.
Not much, no.
I did see you playing on the Instagram the other day with you were playing some finger picking song and you had a massive blister on your
Yeah.
hand.
I did. Yeah, it was like a bluesy. Like I love like I'm a huge blues fan as well. So like I was listening to like some like really old like Mississippi like Delta blues guys, and they just had an acoustic and a slide sometimes when they
Yeah.
when they played. So I had to an acoustic and like an open tuning and was just kind of fooling around with that in a slide. And yeah, for banging your thumb against the string so much, I'm like, huh, my thumb feels kind of funny. And I looked at it and it was just like, oh yeah, crazy looking. I'm like, oh, should probably get a band-aid for that. It's all healed up now, but yeah, it's still it's got a nice mark on it.
Yeah, well, you can never have too many calluses, mate.
No, no, no. Especially with I do love like doing hybrid picking a little bit, like the pick on the fingers. But I don't do it enough, so then those go away, and then I start doing it again and tear open the fingers again, and then they grow back. And I don't do it enough, they go away again. So it's like a vicious cycle with me in hybrid picking. So I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
But it's great. Yeah.
Well, as long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
And you're learning all the time, obviously. So
yeah, there's always something to pick on. I mean, like right now I'm learning the new Judas Priest record just came out Friday, and I'm looking at one of the songs right now and trying to figure that out, and it's incredible. It's really good stuff. Yeah.
how do you learn then? Do you learn mostly by ear?
Mostly, but I try to go on YouTube and look at like lessons that people might have, or even if it's like a performance like playthrough that someone might do, I'll try and watch what they're doing and pick it up that way. So like for this Judas Priest song I'm trying to learn, someone did like a performance video of it, and I'm watching what they're doing and I'm trying to follow along and figure it out that way as well. So that's been, it can be a bit frustrating, but it's a good kind of, I guess, ear training exercise as well. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. But how do you manage things? I see you've got an electronic ear, if you like.
Yeah. Well, it's the Bone hearing aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that when I was not too long. Not too long after I picked up the guitar. We were doing like a trial run with it, kind of when I picked it up, and of course, I was so into music when we were kind of trying it out. And I'm like, oh, this would help me out a ton. Not just the music, of course, but just like in general. Yeah. So we kind of decide, after this trial run, I was like, okay, let's do this procedure so I can really be able to wear it permanently. So basically, this procedure that, there's a couple of different procedures that are available, but the one I went with, basically, it's a magnet that got surgically put onto my skull. So there's like a bone screw that the doctors put in with a magnet that sits on top of that screw under the skin. Yeah. And then the hearing aid, it could come off like this. It's got like a magnetic pad. I don't know if you could see it too well, but it's got like a pad on here and it on magnetically. Right. With the vibrations and all that, it stimulates the nerves and all of that on the inside, and then I'm able to hear kind of that way. So it's amazing. It's totally been a life changer. I can life without it now. It's great.
Yeah, that is amazing. The technology is it's moving so fast, isn't it?
It's incredible. Yeah, especially with a lot of the medical stuff nowadays. It really is amazing. I mean, especially, some of the surgeries I had a couple of years ago, I had a really big jaw surgery, like in 2017. And it was this whole process of, using CAT scans and all these different scans to basically create a TMJ joint for my jaw. They made it out of, I think it might have been titanium, whichever kind of metal they use for those implants. And it was all, CAT scans and all these different images. And they did managed to make it that way. And then they performed the surgery virtually, making sure like everything fit, in the right place from these scans that I had done. So it's like, it's going to be a perfect fit. So it's really impressive.
Yeah. I was going to say that, so it's rust free.
Yeah.
Your face is going to go a funny color.
Yeah. Well, they even had I remember they were talking as well, at the pre-op before the surgery. It was like they did they even had where the nerves were and blood vessels and all that, while they were kind of mapping everything out. So it's super detailed and super intricate with this stuff. So it's like, wow, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've got a friend who lost his leg or half his leg in a motorbike accident, and he's got a fake leg, if you call it a fake leg, can you?
Yeah, like a prosthetic. I think I might.
But it's like that's also like a titanium build, and it's got a gyroscope on the ankle.
Yeah,
because he plays golf.
Mm-hmm.
And his leg's really impressive. Also, he's come a long way, and he went through the prototype stage with his leg and everything.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's really, like I said, technology that they're doing in the medical field is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's still growing.
Yeah, it's going to keep going, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So your hearing aid doesn't interfere with your amplifier?
No, well, I mean, of course, like if things are really loud at a concert or if I'm playing on stage or whatever, it does feed back, which I
Yeah,
mean it makes sense. It'll feed back, and and I'll have an earplug on the good side, and if it's too loud, I'll just like you can open up the battery compartment to turn it off. So I'll just do that if
oh,
it's kind of going a little crazy, or if I'm like at the show and in like a general mission pit, and we're all kind of
yeah,
moving around or getting push it around or whatnot, I'll just take it off and put it in my pocket to keep it from getting knocked off or
yeah.
anything like that. So yeah, it works pretty good at shows.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they do the same sort of thing now with your teeth, don't they? If you have like dentures put in, I mean, I got a guy in work that works in a section with me, and
Yeah.
he's got like false teeth,
Yep.
complete set, but then he's got like magnets drilled into his
Mhm.
gums and built on his gums, if you like, and then he just
Yeah.
clicks his teeth in.
Yeah.
And he clicks them in there so they stay in. Like in the old days, you had to use like Styrodent or whatever it's called, and
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
sort of paste and stick them in. But now they've got
Right.
these metal magnetic clips, and they just click, click. They're pretty tough to get out, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's really impressive. Like
Mhm.
we're talking about teeth. David's daughter-in-law just gone to have her teeth done in Turkey, hasn't she, Dave?
Yeah, they look
What's she having
amazing.
done to them then?
She's had all, like, not implants, but veneers.
Veneers.
Oh, they're
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she back already, or?
Yeah. That's why I had the grandkids for the week.
Oh, was
Uh,
she gone for a week? Was she?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
It's pretty intense, mind, what you've got to go through. So
To have veneers, I don't know how they do it. How do they do it?
they grind the teeth down and then they put the veneers over the top there.
oh wow.
Oh,
But
so
sometimes you got to have like root canal fillings and different things as well, and then they realign it then.
are they like crowns then?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah,
In
yeah,
the old days, they were called crowns, weren't they?
they were, yeah, yeah.
Oof.
Because we're a bit older than you, Pete.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking because you were born in 2000, so when you
Yeah.
said Appetite for Destruction really had a big impact on you, it was already a classic album by the time
Right.
you
Oh
were
yeah.
born.
It has been a classic album for like what, over 10 years or close to 10 years probably by that point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. So who would you love to play on stage with then? Obviously, would it be Slash or somebody like that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's definitely the dream. I mean, um, yeah, to be on a stage with someone like that who's definitely had a huge impact on me from when I was younger would be a trip to say the least. But I've been super lucky and already gotten to jam with some people that I really respect a lot, like LA Guns, Orianthi, Buck Cherry. I mean, it's been pretty cool. Just kind of the wild ride, especially with social media and some of that, with some of these connections and getting to jam with some of these bands. It's been really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. How do they know you're in the audience then?
We talk like before the show, or like or like in the case of LA Guns, we opened up for them. Like we kind of had it figured out
Oh, right.
uh, to where we opened up for them at a local show, and it was awesome. That was a really great night. That was a little over a month ago. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because I see you do some like workshops and stuff, and
Yeah.
playing with Joe Satriani, was it one day?
Uh, well, that was Joe Bonamassa.
Oh, Joe DeBonamassa, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that was at it was at Norman's Rare Guitars. It's like a really popular, like vintage. They kind of deal in all sorts of guitars out in LA. And I've known Norm and the guys over there for quite a while. And I guess point being, this one time a couple of years, like a few years ago, we were back in LA, and it's like, oh, let's go to Norm's and just say hi to everyone. Went to Norm's, and I was like, hey, if you stick around for a bit, Joe is going to be coming in soon, and Kirk Fletcher and Josh Smith were coming in as well. And he's like, they're going to be coming in, and stick around, I'll introduce you. And I was like, okay. He's like, look at you guys jamming. And I went, huh? Like I'm like, we were traveling, so I hadn't even played in a couple of days, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, the jams on YouTube, and yeah, I was so nervous. I'm like,
Well, you didn't
yeah.
look nervous when I saw the video. I mean, you were smashing it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I was just like, okay, don't mess up. It's like you can't do anything. You're not going to do anything like fancy. It's like just, we were all going down the line, right? So it's like, well, let's just kind of keep the jam going, and
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, just keep things moving.
Yeah.
So no, it was cool, and it was great to meet and talk with those guys, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good experience.
Yeah. So you just mentioned that you opened up for LA Guns then. So you do have a band of your own?
Yeah, we're Pete's Diary. It kind of rolled with the social media name. Yeah, no, that's been a lot of fun. We're a hard rock trio, so it's just me and two other guys. Mac is the bass player and singer, and then Ryan's the drummer. And we've been rolling. We've been playing together since like late 2021, so like a little while now. And we finished recording an album in the fall, and the first single for the record's going to be coming out in early April, so in a couple of weeks with the album announcement. So we're getting ready for that, and we're super excited.
Okay, there's nothing that's off the EP then, because you released an EP, didn't you? With
yeah, we put out an EP. It says like 2023 because we had to re-release it because of something kind of long story, but we had to re-release it. But that came out in 2022. So we had the EP out. So we have the EP out there now. And then we have this album. The full album's going to be coming out in June, but the first single and kind of the announcement of everything's coming in early April. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about it.
Yeah.
So they're all new tracks, are they?
Yeah, they're all new tracks. Yep.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
But I see you've also got a book out then.
Yeah, that came out a couple of years ago, and basically, the book, How I Learned to Rock My Life, it was really Mom's passion project because, through social media, everybody kind of sees me playing and jamming and all of that. But, there's this total, other side that I don't think a lot of people on social media see, which is, the medical side of things and kind of, all the stuff that I went through. Medically. So basically the book was a way to kind of tell that side of my story that maybe a lot of people don't know about. And really, Mom wrote the whole thing. Let's see. Yeah, she wrote the whole thing. Basically the book, it talks about the medical years, and especially when I was younger with all the surgeries that I had in hospital stays. Because when I was little, that was when most of the big procedures and all of that stuff happened. There were some pretty big ones in high school that I can kind of talk with her more about, and actually have memories of to be able to talk about the experience. But yeah, basically the book was a way to kind of share that side of my story and kind of talk about the medical side of things. Yeah.
Okay. Were you quite? I mean, you obviously read it.
Oh yeah, no, I read it. Yeah.
Were you surprised about anything that was in there?
Not really. I mean, I'd heard about all the stuff growing up, like especially when I was at an age where I could finally understand it, because a lot of it's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
So so I mean, it was pretty much, oh, okay. Especially when I was younger, I'm like, I couldn't really chime in on, oh, actually, this happened here. I'm like, I was 3.
Yeah. You don't really start to remember things as a child until you're like 4 or 5. So
right, yeah. There were like some things where I'm like, oh, actually, it was kind of more like this and something like that. But for the most part, I mean, yeah, it's as accurate as it can get.
Yeah. I just wondered if you were like reading it and you were like, ooh,
oh, no. Yeah, I was reading along and going, okay, this is accurate. I mean, especially with the part where I was saying, I'm like, I don't really remember it. So it was really more what kind of her experience was and what was kind of going on at this point with these procedures, or, what doctor I was seeing at that point, or what, complication might have happened from an infection or something like that. Yeah. So all of that.
Yeah, so I mean, you're very fortunate, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy road, but I mean, in good health right now, so can't really complain.
No more
Yeah.
operations to do.
No, no, I hope not. All the big ones that have kind of been looming out there for a while, they seem to be done. Um, so that's a relief. I
Yeah.
hope. I'm sure there's going to be like little things here or there. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You don't ride a
There's some.
skateboard or a motorbike or anything.
No, no, that's definitely not
There's no
my
chance
thing.
of breaking your leg.
Yeah, no. I'm not doing any like crazy stage jumps either, so so
Oh,
there's less chance of that. Yeah,
talk
I did
about
try and move around, though. Yeah,
yeah, talk about breaking things. Do you know a guitar player called Lance Lopez?
I do not. No.
Oh, you should check him out, man. He's really good as well. And
Yeah.
he's played with Buddy Guy and all
Oh
different
wow.
artists. But he was on a flight. He was going to do a gig somewhere,
Mhm.
and he was on a flight with his guitar, and Delta Airlines broke the neck off it.
Yeah.
They broke the headstock off it actually, and it was his favorite guitar. And he was like on social media, he was almost crying. And it's like, oh, what a nightmare. And he's like, can somebody help me out? Because I've had this guitar for years, you know.
Oops. Okay. Sorry. The sound cut out for a second.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, he was saying he's had this guitar for years, and Delta Airlines have broken the headstock off it, and he doesn't know what to do now. I think he might have managed to be able to get it sorted, but
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
don't know. It depends on the guitar too. Sometimes, if it's like a Fender style of guitar, you could replace the neck, or if it's a Gibson, that's you need to kind of glue it back on, or
yeah.
all that. But yeah, there's lots of airline horror stories. Unfortunately, with guitars, yeah, haven't had to uh, experience that much yet. I took two guitars when we recorded this new album that the band did. We recorded it out in California, so I took two guitars with me out there. And I could keep them with me in like overheads.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
that was early. I was able to keep them close by and keep an eye on them. So yeah, that was pretty easy going with that.
What's your go-to guitar?
My go-to guitar, it's my Gibson SG. That's my favorite. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's definitely because of the Angus Young influence for sure. But really, it's kind of funny because I'm like, I need to find my own voice with the guitar. Do I really want to use the same one as my all-time favorite guitar player? But I just keep coming back to it because it's so comfortable to play. It's super easy to move around on. And it's very inspiring too. So I'm like, well, okay, I guess this is it. And no, it's a great feeling guitar. I love how the neck in my hand feels and the sound of it. It was used on, it's kind of it's pretty much the main guitar on the whole album too. And you'll hear it. It sounds great. Yeah,
You don't own a Fender?
I do. Yeah, I have like, let's see, I have two. Let's see, how many Fenders do I have? One was my dad's guitar that he had when he was younger, and I started learning on this Fender. It's like a Strat, but it's called a Music Master. It's got a
Yeah.
neck pickup on it, just the one neck pickup. It's almost like a reverse Les Paul Jr. But it's just the one pickup, and I started learning on that. And then I have a 1978 Stratocaster as well that somebody sent me. Just yeah, that was a pretty cool gift. And it's a great sounding guitar. I really do like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, David sold his.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Terry sort of inspired me to learn. So I bought myself a Yamaha Pacifica.
Yeah.
Wife
Yeah.
bought it for me for my birthday, and then COVID hit,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I was just trawling the internet, and obviously I had my favorite guitarist is Bruce John Dickinson out of a band called Little Angels from
Mhm.
Scarborough in the UK, and he
Mhm.
plays a Gibson Les Paul custom,
Yeah.
which obviously I couldn't afford the
Ooh.
custom, so I got
Yeah.
myself a Gibson Les Paul. And then Terry had a Fender, so I went and bought a Fender Stratocaster as well. Because you just got to have them, haven't you? But I still can't play them, so I ended up selling them because it was a bit
Oh
unfair
no.
to have them. And I bought myself a little Squire Mustang then, just to have a play on. So so that's kind of like what I got now, but it's gathering dust at the moment because I'm sat in my games room, so none of my games consoles have got dust on them, but unfortunately my guitar has. So
for me, it's kind of the opposite. when I picked up the guitar, the Xbox or all that stuff was starting to gather dust, and the guitars were getting played a lot. I have try to have a healthy balance with both, though.
Have you seen a guitar game called Rocksmith?
I never played it, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I thought, I'll get this game on the PlayStation, and maybe this because you play. It's like Guitar Hero, but you play with a real guitar.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it gives you all these songs, and it goes like it's the same like Guitar Hero, but it gives you all the notes, and it gives you where you have to put all your fingers, but it's actually real guitar, not the plastic thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I always thought it was like, just the colored buttons with the
No.
rubber.
No, they advanced from Guitar Hero to Rocksmith. I think they only released 2 games, I think. Or maybe they might have only released 1 game actually. But I think I've got 2 discs. And but I still couldn't learn to play. I mean, I watched these little Japanese girls on YouTube playing, and they play Rocksmith, and they played all these Anthrax songs, and it's incredible. I tell you, it's like, the one girl plays bass because there's a bass thing on there.
Yeah,
the ones her sisters they are, and they can only be like 9 and 12. So the little
it's
one
crazy.
plays bass, and then the older sister plays lead guitar, and it's like immense.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, especially if you're scrolling around on Instagram, you see like these kids that are like the guitar's bigger than them, and they're doing like arpeggios or like some of these crazy like super technical classical pieces, and you're going, oh man, I need to practice. It's wild. It is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, well, they say the best time to learn things is when you're young. So
yeah, for sure. Well, I guess that's proof right there.
There's no hope for me anymore. So
that's why I stuck with the gaming. That's what I did when I was young.
Well, the thing is, they never had gaming when I was a kid. I'm too old for gaming, and I just gave up on the guitar when I was like 16. So so I've lost out on both things really.
It's never too late. It's never too late to start again though with playing. I've seen messages from people that are like, I'm however many years old and I've been playing again, or they're like I just learned Back in Black, or whatever it might be. So and there's so many like resources that you can find out there, like YouTube, and with all these online lessons with learning chords. It's like you can just type in Back in Black guitar lesson, and like 50 videos will pop up, and you can kind of start going through the line and seeing which video might speak best to you. And there's so many resources out there. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Marty Schwartz.
Yep. Oh yeah, Marty's a classic. Yeah. Marty's taught everyone. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was, and I'm still watching Marty's lessons. If I need to learn a song or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He's got a big following, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I used to watch a lot of his videos. I haven't really watched any YouTube videos for a while, but I've gone back to my acoustic guitar. So I've also got a Telecaster Fender.
Nice.
I always seem to go to the acoustic all the time. But I pick it up, and I'm always playing the same 3 songs. I think I play like Hotel California really badly.
Okay.
And I play like Wish You Were Here really badly. I Pink Floyd.
I mean, those are 2 classics right there.
Yeah,
really,
yeah. But it's like, I just don't understand it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge. It's definitely a lot to kind of take in.
Keep waiting for it to click. It's like something has to click in my mind, and then I'll get it. But I just can't.
Oh, that's definitely. I mean, that's pretty much the whole journey. I mean, you're always kind of, when you're learning all these songs, you're kind of chasing that click once it kind of falls into place. Like this new Judas Priest tune right now I'm learning. It's one of the new ones off the brand new album. It's called The Serpent and the King, and it's got like these crazy kind of fast picking, and It's like this. It's this breakdown section after the solo. It's like, some really fast moving parts, and I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, you're stretching from where to where, or at least in the reference that I'm using. So it's like, okay, you try and play it slow, or you try and play along with the record, and all of that. And you're kind of chasing that moment where it kind of finally falls into place, and you're like, I got it.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So with your band, then, do you like only play local shows?
Yeah, we've been mostly doing local shows, but we're starting to branch out a little bit and get some, more out of state shows. Like in June, we're heading to New York for the first time.
Okay.
Which is like the farthest we've ever gone. We've done like a show, if you're based in Chicago, Wisconsin's not too far away, and Indiana's kind of close as well. So we've done like a show, in both places, but New York's quite a hike. So we're pretty excited to go there in June, and we're doing 2 nights at the Triad Theater. We're at a place called the Triad Theater, and we're super excited about that. So that's in like June 14th and 15th. And we're trying to get some other places scheduled as well. It's not like officially confirmed yet, but maybe something in Iowa, which isn't too far from us, but still, you're traveling a bit, and maybe in Missouri close by. So, things are kind of trying to get in the works. And, but right now the New York thing is definitely happening. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. We're pretty excited about that. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're really kind of traveling together for the first time and kind of getting a taste of what touring's like and kind of what that lifestyle really is. Cause it'll be interesting seeing how you kind of handle that and what kind of, what that lifestyle kind of is like.
Yeah, you've never done anything like that before.
No, we haven't done anything like that before. So yeah, it'll definitely be a big learning experience more than anything else. Yeah, it'll be a good time too. It'll be exciting to play in New York, but yeah, it'll definitely be a learning experience. It'll be fun. It'll be an adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah. What did you say, Dave?
I said, are you roading that, or are you flight? Is there going to be flights involved, or traveling in a van?
Yep, I think we're going to be traveling in a van. Yeah. Or I don't know. I'm sure it's going to change a million times by the time it actually happens. But I'm sure we'll get all the gear in a car or a van or something, and we'll head on up to New York. So yeah, that's kind of the plan.
A big Greyhound tour bus you want?
Yeah.
I know that would be cool. But yeah, I'm sure I'd have to give away. I'd have to sell another ear or something like that. Like, I'm out of body parts to sell for a tour bus, as nice as that would be.
Do you got any dreams of coming to Europe then?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to. Yeah, it'd be fun to play London or Paris. There's all these places in Europe that would be fun to visit and check out. Definitely like to come to Europe over the summer and see AC/DC.
Are they not doing another show in the States then?
Not yet. I'm sure it's coming though. I'm like, because they did this Power Trip Festival in the fall, and that was awesome. That they hadn't played in like 7 years, and their first show was on my birthday. In however many years, so I got to see my all-time favorite band for the first time on my birthday. So it was magic. It was. I'm like, I don't know how any other concert experience is gonna be as great as that, but it was a killer weekend. Basically, my birthday was October 7th, and that day was Judas Priest and AC/DC, and that was awesome. Priest was on fire. AC/DC was a dream come true. They played like all of my favorite songs, the hits and some deeper cuts. It was great. And then the day before was Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden, and that was awesome. Like I said earlier, I'm a huge Slash fan, and Maiden's incredible live. I saw them once before, so seeing those bands live was fantastic. And then the last day on Sunday was Tool and Metallica. And Metallica was, awesome. So many great classic songs, and it was a killer show. And Tool was interesting. I'm like, okay, this is definitely kind of the odd band on the bill. It was definitely a very different type of show from what I'm used to. But the musicianship was outstanding. And I went to the same high school as Adam Jones, so that was kind of cool. to see him live
Yeah.
and play. So yeah, it was a great festival. I mean, so many great bands. It was really my first kind of festival experience too. So getting to really kind of be at a festival for the first time and get to meet all these people, and because of social media, some people recognize me and were like, hey,
Yeah.
love hearing you play, or even if they saw like they were like, happy birthday, enjoy AC/DC tonight, or something like that. So no, it was a great experience getting to meet people from like all over the world. I mean, people like flew in from South America, or from elsewhere in the States or Europe. I mean, all of these different people had come together and enjoyed all these great songs and all these great bands. So it was awesome. Um, uh, like something I'll never forget. AC/DC hit the stage. The pyro goes off and the fireworks, and the first song they hit is "If You Want Blood," and it blew my mind. I'm like, I'm finally seeing my all-time favorite band. They're back. They sound amazing. They're playing. They're going through the song right, and Angus finishes the solo. And just when they get to that last chorus in the song, you could just feel the energy just skyrocket with everyone going, if you want blood, you got it. You could tell the band is having the time of their life. The audience is, you could feel it, you could see it. It was incredible. It was a really, really cool experience. Yeah.
So are you a Bond man or are you a Brian man?
I love it all. I'm an Angus man. I love all of it. No, no. I mean, it was great because I mean the show. I was looking at the set list after the show, and it was pretty much split like even between Bon and Brian, and I mean they played Riff Raff. I mean that was like a religious experience. I mean that's my all-time favorite song. They never performed it live with Brian, so and Dad's a diehard fan as well. I mean, it was great because the night before, AC/DC kind of had this pop-up shop with like memorabilia on the side, and they had concert videos playing, and like old man. Like, it was just like this dive bar that was decked out with AC/DC posters and merch, and some like replica guitars that were there, and it was a really cool experience. I think they even had like a tattoo parlor in the corner.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, but it was great. Dad and I were sitting there having a drink, and all these songs were coming out along, and the song Sin City came on, and me and him just looked at each other and we're like, oh yeah, we love this one. And then they ended up playing it, at the show. And I just remember we were like, yeah. So, the show was a great experience, especially, for me and Dad, because we were like, oh, they're doing this one. Because, we didn't know the set list. So it was like, oh my gosh, they opened up with If You Want Blood. They're playing Riff Raff, and, they're playing some songs from the new record. I'm like, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Was that an indoor event, or was it out?
Oh no, this was where they did do a Coachella. So like I forget, Palm Springs, basically out in the desert. I mean, this was like early October, and it was hot. It was miserably hot. I mean, it was like you were like surviving through the day in like 100-degree heat. And then like when the sun finally went down and the band hit the stage, you're like, oh my gosh, we made it. It was miserably hot, but I mean, it was worth it. It was a great show. Yeah.
I'll tell you who went, Dave. I'm surprised you didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Paul.
Did he really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I remember him. I remember him. He did like a video diary, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Why did you ask if it was indoors? Because you could see he was outside. He was like AC/DC and holding his phone up on the
That's right. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, then, mate, we've done.
Camping over then, I guess.
Sorry.
What was it?
So you were camping for the weekend?
No, we had a hotel that was kind of close by. We could get back in some AC. But but no, it was like we'd get up, have breakfast somewhere, hang around a little bit, and then we'd head out to the to the venue, or the main place. And yeah, you'd walk through where people were camping. You'd walk past all these RVs, and people would be blasting Metallica or whatnot from the campers. And yeah, there was like a long line. There was a line to get in, and people were rushing to the pit and all of that. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Brilliant. Well, have you got? Well, I don't know if you've got anything to promote. I mean, you've got your new album coming out in April.
Yeah. Let's see. So nothing's really out there yet, but the first single is coming out April 5th. And then with that,
that's my birthday. So
hey, perfect. Yeah. So the first single is called "Gotta Let You Go," and that's going to be coming out on April 5th. And then like once when that song comes out, we'll officially announce the record, which is called "Keep on Rockin'," and that'll be coming out June 14th. So yeah, so we're getting close. It's like all of it's kind of set up in the distribution music system now, and we got like vinyl coming and all of that. So yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then we have a couple of other songs picked to put out before the full record comes out. But yeah, there'll be like vinyl and CDs and shirts and stuff that'll be coming. So yeah, so that's going to be coming. The official announcement will be coming out April 5th with the song. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Don't forget, mine is my birthday.
I will. Yeah.
And any thoughts on a new book?
Not right now. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We did. Mom did a kind of a children's book, like a picture book, a couple of years ago as well. And that's kind of that's out there now, and that's basically kind of. It's called Peter's Rockin' Year, and basically it's it's a fun like picture book that you can read for the younger kids. It's basically it's based on the true story of wanting a big year for my 5th birthday, because I think that's kind of when I started to notice that I was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's kind of based on that story, and then eventually it's kind of fun. It's kind of like some music bits in there, some like music references as well. Like, like Peter cranked his amp up to 11, Spinal Tap reference. And so it's got some fun little like Easter eggs in there for music fans. But basically the whole point of the story is self-acceptance, where, I'm missing my year and I wanted the big year, but, I'm doing the big show, right? And it falls off. And then I realize, hey, even without the ear, I'm still the same person. So we keep the show going and we have fun.
Yeah.
Jam. So
you did used to wear a prosthetic ear, didn't you?
I used to, yeah.
Yeah. And did it actually fall off in the show, or?
Not at a show, but it did fall off sometimes when I was younger, like after like a sweaty gym class in school or something like that. So yeah, there were some ear stories.
Yeah, because I saw you were quite young, weren't you? You were probably about 12 or something.
Yeah, I had the first one made when I was 5, so really young. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you thought, well, sod it.
Yeah, after high school, really I liked it a lot because it held up my glasses, and then I was wearing contacts. So I'm like, well, because there's like a whole process to put the ear on. You have to put like a special adhesive glue on it and hold it in place for a couple seconds. With all the craziness of getting ready for school in the morning, it's like, I don't really need it anymore, not needing the glasses. So I'm like, well, I'm feeling pretty good about myself now. I don't really care if people stare. So I just kind of moved on from it.
Yeah. Good for you, mate.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. It feels pretty good.
Yeah. I really like the story, I gotta be honest.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has been a journey, yeah, I can imagine. And also for your parents, I bet.
Oh yeah, for sure. For everybody in my life, it's been quite all right.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, it's been great to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you guys too.
And when your album comes out, we come back on and share it with us.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing all that next, because it's like we've been working on this record for a long time, and then once everything's kind of officially out there, kind of doing interviews to help promote it. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to diving into all that. That'll be fun.
Oh, we'll have to brush up on our interview skills then, Dave.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. No, I'd love to come back on and really kind of talk about that more if you guys want.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on, mate. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you go. But
All
later,
right.
lunch, I guess.
Yeah. What time is it here? Yeah, it's like 2:45, 3 o'clock. So yeah, that
Oh, that's
lunch.
okay. All right. I said, really nice to meet you, Peter. And yeah, you've really inspired me to pick up my guitar again. So
Thank you. Yeah, keep playing.
yeah, I'll keep trying. It's not keep playing, it's keep trying.
No, keep going. Hey, it's the old Star Wars quote, right, from Yoda: "Do or do not. There is no try." Keep going.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot of fun.
yeah. It's also having well, I say it's also having a time, but that's just a poor excuse, really.
Yeah, yeah. Even picking it up for a couple minutes will be good.
Yeah, that's, I mean, they're next to my TV, really, so I should just.
Hey, I mean, I like doing this too. If the TV's on, you just kind of sit and just play.
Yeah,
So,
it's all right with the electric, but with the acoustic, my wife gets a bit.
ah, yeah. I mean, the electric is kind of quieter. It's
Yeah.
easier to kind of sit with as well. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah, it's great
All
meeting you.
right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Thanks.